Hello, Libra, and welcome to your October 2017 tarot card reading. So, happy October. I have already meditated on your sign, and I have I drew some cards for you, and then we're going to start with the animal cards that came up. So this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. For roughly October 1st through October 15th. So, let's just dive right in. There's a lot of really, it's this almost like popcorn popping is the sensation that I'm getting with the Libra energy. It's sort of like popcorn's ready, popcorn's popping. But here we go. Let me go ahead and read these to you, and then I'll give you my intuitive sense. With these animal cards, we just want to keep in mind that this is sort of a overarching thematic umbrella energy to keep in mind as we move through the rest of the spread. So, all right. The peacock and the mouse is sort of crossing the peacock. The peacock. Inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outwards indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, confident, kind. When out of balance, can't digest situations. And to bring into balance, meditation on the navel. Okay? And there is this emphasis on that assimilator of anything. So this assimilation. And the mouse. And this feels like it's almost like sneaking behind the card. So it feels like a energy that you're shedding. It's like what is past is what it feels like. And I just heard old habits die hard. But for many of you, predominantly, this feels like this is an energy you're moving out of. And it could be distant past or it could be recent past, but it's perhaps something that you're releasing a bit more. But I'll get more into that. So the mouse. Detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, nervous. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exacting eye. When in balance, organized, resourceful, prepared, and when out of balance, busy with no purpose. To bring into balance a meaningful project. So really interesting. It's this, and something that feels very strong, a strong connection between these two, is that nitpickiness. There's this confidence that's coming forward for this in this Libra energy. There's this almost like, I just heard, throw it all at the wall and see what sticks. So there's this sense of you're not letting the things hold you back that have held you back in the past. There's this forward trajectory that has more power than it ever has before, I heard. And there's this momentum, and you have become your own generator, is what it feels like. There's this determination. And it's almost like this tunnel vision that I'm experiencing with this card. So it's in a positive way. There's just like, you know, any of the noise that would slow you down in the past. This noise here. You're letting it fly right by you. So for these 2 weeks here, it really looks like it's full steam ahead. And there is this, let me show you what I'm looking at here. So let's keep this in mind. Okay. So this is my messy little version of the Celtic Cross. So right at the crown of the reading, these 3 cards wanted to pop up for you. So we have the Ace of Wands reversed next to Temperance reversed right over the Mother of Cups. All right. So this is your central focal point, the focal point of this reading here, representing you and your general energy. We have the Father of Wands reversed. Okay, being crossed by the 9 of Cups. Beautiful. And then in the recent past, we have the 10 of Swords. Beautiful. And then anchoring, rooting this reading, we have the 3 of Cups. Wow. And a few other signs had this in this position. It might have been Scorpio or Sagittarius, perhaps. And then near future, wow, we have the Chariot reversed. And then crowning, we have Judgment reversed. Interesting. So this also represents you, your energy, general energy right now. The Hermit. And then in your environment, we have the 4 of Swords. And in your hopes and fears, we have the Fool reversed. Wow. And then carrying us into that latter part of October, we have the Empress reversed. So this is, whoosh, some really live energy here. Okay. So I just heard there's precision of diction. So there's this sense of also balance. And I'm getting this big time with the 9 of Cups. There's almost this, it feels like balance in play. I just heard balance in play. So you're striking this balance. And there's this feeling here with the Father of Wands. Just listening a little bit. There's this feeling with the Father of Wands that there's a lot of passion here in this card, and focus and determination. Harnessing your own power. Really, really, really holding your own power. This feeling that you're really stepping into it. And there's this, it's like you've got your eye on the ball. You know where you're going. And you've been working at it. You've been working at it. And what I'm hearing with this strongly is you're holding your ground in a whole new way. And there's that diction, there's this contemplation, this considering of how you want to embody yourself in order to hold space in the way that you feel is really you, I just heard. So truly authentic. And there seems to be this focus of how you're, this look at how you're showing up in the world and showing up authentically. And how can you empower yourself? And there is this, again, how to hold space. And projection, I heard, with the peacock, there's this look of at how you're projecting yourself out onto the world and wanting that to line up more authentically. And again, sort of stepping into your power. So holding space, holding ground. So yes, this creative force here, right at the center of your reading, this focal point. And there is this consciousness of self. And then the Nine of Cups is a card that speaks to fulfillment. And there's this, I can almost hear you filling up your cups. So there is this emotional fulfillment that's building. And it feels like where stock was low in that sort of emotional arena, and it's sort of where you were feeling lower, less fulfilled. It's over these few weeks, there is this resurgence of emotional well-being, and it's coming from you. There's so much creativity here. Right in the palm of your hand, I just heard. In the recent past, we have the Ten of Swords. So there is this strong completion energy. There is letting something fall away. There is this release. Old patterns, old habits. It's truly letting something die in order to be reborn. And it feels kind of like this heavier residue that you're opting to let go of. Lightening the load. And I just heard beating a dead horse. So it's sort of something that has been, you've thought, I just heard raked over the coals. So it's almost something that's nagged at you that you are finally putting to bed. There's this closure around this card in the recent past. And now there's this filling up, filling up. And this creative, this taking sort of your awareness that used to be perhaps on others, and this circling that around, taking all the energy that you used to put into something else, something outside of yourself. And there is this now redirecting that to your own sort of self-fulfillment. And anchoring the reading, we have the Three of Cups. So it feels like what is grounding you right now are the people you hold close, the people you hold dear. There's this feeling of community with this. There's this feeling of people who are on the ground with you. I just heard regulars. So it's those, you're receiving a lot of support from one or many familiar faces, I just heard. And there's also this circling back around. So it feels like almost as though people from your past, old friends, or there's this sense that you're receiving support from unlikely sources. So, and resurgence, and even with the judgment reversed, there is this feeling of something is coming back to you. Something is coming back to you. And it could even be this rediscovering of a part of you. You're revisiting a part of you, an aspect of yourself that is moving you towards this goal you have in mind. You're on the same train, I just heard with this card. So there's this aligning of this aligning that's taking place of you and others who support you. So coming here in the near future with the Chariot reversed, we have this steadying of the reins. So there's this directional energy, and it's almost like the horse who sees the barn. And I keep using these horse analogies, and we have the chariot with this horse here. And so there's this pacing, there's this quick pacing, this movement forward. But there's something careful and strategic about it. So you're really measuring your movements, I just heard. And you're basking in your own light. I feel like Aquarius had a similar energy to this. Holding space, I just heard again. So judgment reversed, and that's also at the crown along with the Mother of Cups, Temperance, and the Ace of Wands. And this feels like it's really right on the horizon. It's almost right over your head. It's almost like there it is. There it is. So it's almost right in front of you here. And I just heard you're in the driver's seat. You're in the driver's seat. And it's as something that you have been so patient for, patiently awaiting. There's this arrival of that. There's this arrival of the beginning of that. So I just heard phase 1. So there is this it's almost like you have been working diligently at something and hoping and wanting and reaching for something. Wanting to see something become real for you. And then there's this release of expectation with this Temperance reversed. And this arrival of new hope, of new opportunity, of new possibility, of an offering. The Mother of Cups, it feels as if she's offering something and ushering you forward. I just heard gift long awaited. And it's almost like you're not thinking twice about it. And it's something that perhaps you may have thought twice about in the past, but now you know better. And that means, it's you're trusting in the momentum that has been building for you. Again, there's this confidence, this surging confidence. And the Judgment reversed is also speaking to, I just heard letting it all go. And there is this Mercury energy with this card that I'm experiencing right now. Feels like a lot of stimulation coming in from a lot of different angles. And it's almost like you're at the center of it, picking and choosing. And there's this question of, can I hold my center with all of these and maintain that core stability while all of this activity is happening around me and I'm spinning these different plates and I'm entertaining new possibilities? Can I maintain that core stability? And the Mother of Cups and the Ace of Wands and Temperance, it's saying, yes, you absolutely can. Your core stability, it's there. It feels very strong. And it's your community and the people you're working with, I just heard for some of you, but family and friends as well, that I feel will be very supportive at helping you stay rooted and grounded and connected to that core stability. And it could be even a particular people that are just, you're perfectly aligned, I just heard, that feel really, really supportive during this process. So, representing you here, we have the Hermit. So there's this study energy. There's this exploration, this self-exploration. So the feeling I'm getting with this card is wherever you are, whatever you're exploring, there's this deep wisdom that you've touched and you've connected into. You feel very prepared for this. Very prepared. And there is that sort of that budding energy that I'm experiencing with this card also. This, that observational awareness of how do I want to show up in the world? And there's something about specificity. So, and looking at impact, this question of how do I impact, the impact I want to have. What does that look like? And how do I achieve that? So tools, I just heard toolbox. So there's kind of this rummaging around in your toolbox or acquiring of tools that support you in feeling more fully expressed. Again, this feeling of strong, you are prepared. You are well prepared. Which is one of the reasons why there is such confidence, such deep-seated confidence that will surge up here over these few weeks, that is available to you if you choose it in your environment. So this feeling right away, I just got this, that there could be someone or something or some sort of energy in your environment that feels a bit more tentative and wants to play a bit more cautiously than perhaps, and this could be you as well, but I feel for many of you it's in the environment. So there's this tentativeness and it almost feels like a Virgo energy. Who's this energy of overlooking and like looking at something again and again, or this wanting to take things a bit slower. And it's not good or bad. It's just an energy that you're working with. And again, I just heard hold your horses. Horse, horse, horse. Let's take a quick peek at what the horse. It just feels like such a strong energy, and I feel as though there's this driving forward in a big way. Let's read this. Okay, horse. Momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Building physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When in balance, achieves anything, never gives up. When out of balance, runs away, feels weak. So that's what's going away here. That's what we're releasing. That's what feels like it's falling to the background. And then to bring into balance, strength training. So yes, that the horse energy fully encompasses this live energy that you're working with right now, this momentum, this confidence, this streamlined progress forward. I just heard an avenue in. It's just really, really, really amazing and exciting. Okay, so in your hopes and fears, we have the Fool reversed. And there's a lot of depth to this card. It's that tender fear that we all have when entering a new environment, I just heard. And that could be connected to environment. So this could absolutely be you, but there is this emotional, sort of very natural trepidation that could creep in here and there, but it's more about the unknown. And a few signs have gotten a similar energy, especially there's this transitional energy, this very, and also with things moving so quickly here, and this stepping into your power. So there is this sort of this tentativeness around anticipatory exposure and how you're being received and what it will look like and what people will see, how you're experienced and how you will experience. So this is almost like we have the Fool is a very, this is the first card of the major arcana, and it shows up in every following card. So this little bird, the Fool, goes on a journey as we move through the major arcana. So it feels like it's that wonder, that question of what's ahead of me. So natural and sweet, and it's actually a welcomed energy because it's telling us that this is the beginning of a great new adventure, and everything's in front of you. It's beautiful. The Empress reverse, leading us into the last few weeks of October, the last couple of weeks of October. So we have this everything's changing color, I just heard. And it feels like everything's standing on end. There's almost like this leaning forward. And this feeling so, this knowing something, this what's going to happen next. And it feels present and curious and excited. And it's and I just heard more and more and more. So there's this feeling of it feels like there's this surprise or something on it, you know, that is right on the horizon that you can feel is coming. It's just something that you're getting so close to that you really, you know, I want it now is what it feels like. What is it? It's almost like you're like, yeah, I'm really, it's an exciting time, is what it feels like. And there's this new opportunity. And there's so much fertility in this card. And it's very connected to your chakras. That divine energy feels alive and vibrant in you. So there is this homecoming energy in how you are experiencing yourself in the world. It's almost like the, aha, there I am. How you're experiencing yourself is, that's me. This is my life. This is how I want to live. And that's coming back to you. So you're getting that sense, that sensation of it. And it's almost as though it's you who's calling you forward. It's this dream of you who's calling you forward. And there's this beautiful unifying that's taking place. There's this release of an old version of yourself and your experience and how you would experience things, old perceptions, and this stepping into this new, very profound, I just heard next generation. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time for you. Big changes, big movement forward, strides, as the horse energy, which is just so present in this reading, tells us it's momentum forward. It's you're just riding on its back, and everything is possible. And it's a ripe time. And things are taking shape. Things are really taking shape. So I can't wait to hear about this month, for this few weeks for you guys. I hope that this was helpful. Do check out your sun, moon, and rising. That's really, really helpful. And that way, this is a general reading. So take what resonates and release what doesn't. And then you watch, if this is your sun, check out your rising or your moon sign, and that way you can piece together a bit more of a holistic reading for yourself. Please like, comment, subscribe. It means so much to me, and I just love you with all my heart. I can't stop smiling. This is just beautiful, this energy. It's really beautiful. And it's giddy, and it's exciting, and it's and there's this feeling that there's this sweet spot that you're hitting, that you're arriving at. that you're sort of striking it. There's this sweet spot that's sort of this, you're striking this chord, this sweet spot that's like reverberating inside you. And it's been long awaited, I just heard. So, all right, I love you. I'm going to let you go so this doesn't get too long. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful start to October. So much love.